Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Had a few issues this past week. I'll get into them a little bit later, but still making progress on the truck. It's just been, I guess you could say, a slower pace when it gets to this point. And then I had a back set, a pretty big back set on the body work. If you'll remember in the previous videos, I had got the paint on the cab, the black and the red both on, and I think I showed you the passenger's door painted. Now I've got the driver's door painted, got the passenger door glass and wing window and the weather strip all back on, the handle back on. Pretty much got it where I could button up the cab, I thought. And if you remember in a previous video, I mentioned about putting the headliner back in the truck, and I did that. Well, what I didn't realize was whoever had chosen the screws for the headliner, they had a Duke's mixture of screws, and my own fault for not paying more attention. And yeah, you guessed it. As I was putting the headliner in, putting the trim pieces around, there was about 5 of the screws that was too long, and using my small impact, not paying any attention, and putting the screws in the trim, ran them up, didn't notice it until I went to finish buffing the top of the roof, and I had 4 screws that dimpled the top part of the roof on the truck, which means I'm gonna have to work down the dimples, and probably what I'll do is just rebase the areas where I'm working down and re-clear the whole top. And that's really disappointing to me because I had what I thought was probably my best quality job that I could do on the black. But hopefully I can repeat the process and do it again and come out with a similar result. But let me get you in here and show you just in a few minutes here what I'm dealing with. But we're still moving forward. I've got the inner fenders bondoed for the back wheel tubs that had some wrinkles and some press marks in them. I'll show you those there shortly. I also got some new pieces for the front of the truck that goes around the core support area and the radiator cover, and I'll show you those. But let me first get you in here and I'll let you see the top and where the damage was with the screws. Okay, here's what I was speaking of. You can see the place here where the screw dimpled. I actually started blocking this off, and this one's going to block off without having to do anything different. This side over here, I haven't blocked it down all the way yet, but I did put a little bit of polyester primer on top of it, and I think it'll block off fine also. And there's another one up front here. You can see right there. This is just dust where I started sanding the top. And there's another one right here. So not major, but it would show up. So I'm gonna have to have no choice but go ahead and redo it. So it is what it is. I wished it hadn't happened, but I sure learned a good lesson putting the headliner in, that's for sure. Here's a look at the filler panels I got in this week for the truck. These go up in front of the radiator, between the grill shell and the radiator core support. And then there's a cover that goes on the radiator. It's actually 3 pieces, as you can see there. So it gives the truck kind of a dressed look when you raise the hood. Hood latch goes here, so this will all be enclosed across there. I'm going to paint them body color to match the truck on those. Those come from Classic Truck Products. They're out of California, and got a real good product. No sponsorship whatsoever. Just thought I'd give a shout out in case anybody's looking for filler panels like this. The only thing I'm going to do at all to them is I'm going to weld this corners in where they've got the bend over slot and dress those down. But other than that, just epoxy primer them and seal them, and then obviously put base clear on them to match the truck. but really pleased with them. They turned out really nice. Look like they're going to be a real good fit. Everything seems to be matching up well. All right, these wheel tubs, of course, I bought them new. They're the 4-inch wider wheel tubs, which I really like. Going to give the bed a little different look in the back. But the reason I had to skim these is when I guess they no doubt press these out in some kind of press, and when they do, there's stress wrinkles all through here and all down the side of them. So what I ended up doing was I skimmed the whole thing with just some lightweight filler, and I'm just going to block off all of the sides and the ends to get rid of all of the ridges. Just mainly just a skim coat. It'll be probably as light as that is right in there when I get it sanded, but and I probably wouldn't have had to done anything, and it would have still had a factory appearance look, because you know some of the wheel tubs that you see in the new trucks have those stress wrinkles in them, as I call them. But I just thought it would make it look a little better to not have them in there, so that's what I done on those. But making progress has just been slow. Like I say, I've got all the wiring tidied up. I ended up making a new loom to go across here, front of the radiator, across sides, so you basically won't be able to see anything when you look under the hood. This will go over by the inner fender and on the side of the fender here, and cover that up. Same thing over here. This will go this way and cover that up. So just not going to be able to hide every bit of the wiring, obviously, but I do want to try to clean it up a little bit. And that's probably the easiest way to do it and still be able to hide it. That's a good thing about these panels. They will cover a lot. You know, you won't be able to see anything when you raise the hood down between the grill shell, like the AC condenser or the dryer or anything up under there. All of that will be hidden, so that'll help to cover up some of that. Just give it a little bit cleaner look under the hood. Here's a look at the front of the truck after I got my AC lines and the run back and the dryer put back. And of course the pusher fan. The pusher fan is strictly for the AC, just to keep the condenser cooler, make the air conditioner more efficient. But got that pretty much all cleaned up, and of course you won't really see any of it when you get the grill shell in. I am going to pull the back glass out when I repaint the black on the roof. The reason being, I ended up going with the chrome molding gasket. So they've got the gasket here, and I ordered some new chrome molding. So I'm going to put a chrome molding gasket around the back glass like I have on the front windshield. And just think it'll look a little better against that black. I wanted to show a real quick video here of installing this window in the driver's door. I already got the passenger's one in, but on these trucks, I found out the best way is regulator first, then the door glass, and put the weather stripping in the door where the door glass will have something to set against. And then last, roll the window down, and last install the wing window in that order. And then, of course, after the wing window's in, you can just pop the weather strips in on the door on each side. Always tape up the door around it, and also tape up the glass just in case. Don't want to take a chance on scratching it. So I'll get this put in and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's a look at the driver's door. Got the glass and the wing window in, the handle and the lock on. And the door panel on. Got the striker latch, screws changed out, finished out. This is just a stainless kick I haven't pulled the wrapping off of yet. All right, I'm going to end the video for this week there. Just got a lot of odds and ends stuff done this week. And course, the top issue, I'll start working on that. Try to get that all wrapped up for the next video. Get back to where I was maybe before all the incidents. But thank you all for watching. Had quite a few views again this week. I appreciate every one of them. Really enjoy working out here in the shop, and it really is nice to know that people want to watch and see what I'm into and see what I'm doing on this truck. And got a couple more projects coming down the road, hopefully, that we'll tackle after this. Still got a pretty good ways to go on this one, obviously, so but we're getting there slowly but surely. All right, we're going to wrap it up for this week. I know it's been a shorter video, but just had a lot going on. Had to deal with the top and that issue. Obviously, wanted to share with you guys what happened, just to let you know that things happen, and you know, not everything's perfect every day. If I was able to do a professional body work, it's probably what I would have done for a living rather than what I did. All right, so everyone have a good day, and we'll see you next week. I do want to give a shout out on this week's video to Classic Truck Products. They're the company that I got the front filler panels from. Real good product, real good fit. No sponsorship in any way, just thought I would give them a shout out. And really reasonable price for the kind of work they do. I have a bead roller and a metal brake and some pieces, but you know, the quality of work is far superior than what I could do with the bead roller and the equipment I have. So shout out to them. Really good job, guys. And thank you and appreciate the good service.